Hi everyone, welcome to Terre Rouge. Start the montage. Oh man, you know how many times I said welcome to Lal Marti? They both mean red sand. And right now we're at the bottom end of Te Rouge, at the Winners. We know it's Te Rouge because Winners is Te Rouge. Otherwise you don't know about any of the maps. But it seems like we're on the closest to Port Louis side. We'll go further north where there's some really interesting stuff. But I thought we'd start here because this is the main area. Loads of street sellers selling great things. and magazines.
Very good.
Very good, thank you.
Nice.
And magazines.
Very good.
Very good, thank you.
Nice. This is called, coriander.
Yes, yes.
Kotomili.
Kotomili.
This one is watercress. This we call another
This
radish.
is a daikon radish, yeah?
Radish. I know.
This was the day that we were here in Terre Rouge.
Today we have a state funeral. I think it'll be very busy, maybe.
This is a very, very old area, as you can tell from across the street. How awesome are those shops? I mean, they're ancient. And there's a pedestrian crossing. I'm going to see if I can actually get across it. So let's just quickly go. Okay. Thank you. Wow, pedestrian crossings actually work here. But have a look at the shop. But this one's actually made of metal, and the woodwork is, well, it's old as well, but it's a metal shop. Wow. And it's stone on this side, so you've got actual stone, the old corrugated above. Wow. Wow. Let's go have a closer look. So this is one of the old Chinese shops, and as you can see, it's got stone on the side and a Riki on the street. But it just seems like wherever you look here, it looks like they're old and new together. And you can see bits that are probably even older, just hiding in the new.
If you're wondering why Brian is in jeans today, it's because it's 21 degrees.
It's cold.
And in Mauritius, that means 3 below 0.
But up ahead, it looks like there's a snack shop. Let's go see if they got anything to eat here. Not quite sure. We'll have a look.
You know it's going to be good street food when there's a queue. Finally got to the front. Gonna get our ready for breakfast.
Got my treat. Riki's is in there. Mine's got the chili.
Yeah, they mark the edges if you get different. Like this is the chili, so it's got the torn paper.
I hope I got that right, because it was quite hard to hear it through all the plastic shielding.
Awesome. We'll soon find out.
Yeah, look at that. It's a little bit smaller than the regular rotis, but it's a lot cheaper.
Okay, it looks great. Wow.
I'm not sure if I see chili in there.
Oh man.
Cheers, everyone.
Happy breakfast. Got the chili. I know, there's a whole tree of them.
Eat them.
Probably, but I don't know.
Maybe picture off the tree, not...
Yeah. Star fruit littering the ground.
Look at these things, and I've got a rhubarb.
Yeah, you can cook a lot in that. And it started to rain. So we'll just shelter here for a little bit. Hi chicken. It actually looks quite nice.
Luda. Then snack. This is dream price. When you see that, you know you're in the snack zone. We've got our chicken there. We've got a van snack there. We got Lavinil snack there. So all the snack areas are just around the dream price. So you've got to come to the dream price to get your snacks. Actual still hot bread. How much?
25 rupees.
25 rupees. Wow.
You know, I can never say no to bread.
So we got one. I'm gonna try it. Now eat a piece now.
Sure, go for it.
Oh, it's a hot bun.
Mmm. Let me see. Hang on, this one's you. Oh, they look squishy delicious.
And buttery.
And buttery. Yum. It tastes like a Chelsea bun or a hot cross bun, but less cinnamony with coconut and sugar. It's really, really, really delicious. Yum.
There's a lot of cars here. Oh, we could actually probably cross now. Let's cross. So it makes it impossible to cross unless you had a pedestrian crossing or get very lucky with the traffic jam.
HM Avenue. It's like a little mini strip mall, as Brian would say.
Hey guys, if you are a guy, our chicken is looking for a boy to work. This stuff is noni, and he's got a flask here,
With
which
tea.
he's just given Riki some tea
In the
because
cutest little cup.
it's raining and really cold out there, as I told you earlier. What's it like? In your tiny little cup.
Okay, so this nice young man has explained all the health benefits of noni, and it's actually produced here in Mauritius for the past 15 years. And it's good for everything, diabetes and weight loss and all sorts of things. And it's all natural, no additives. Brilliant.
Walking down the streets of Terre Rouge for the montage. After drinking healthy tea and the sun started coming out and it stopped raining. Awesome. What's this? Great plants.
Yeah, it's a plant.
If you're wondering why this road is so busy, it is the A1. It's a really, really busy road that goes into Port Louis. If it wasn't for the M2, this thing would be packed, jammed full of cars. As it is, it's pretty bad. Okay, I started talking to you when there's almost no traffic, but I can see loads of it down there.
Yeah, Terre Rouge is in between Pamplemousse and Port Louis. And it's quite a big area with like 10,000 people.
10,000 people, yes! 10,000 people. Seems like a lot more.
And it's got some nice mountain views.
This here is actually quite a big veggie seller. It's got lots and lots of vegetables here. Because they're quite close to the temple, which is just there. We'll get as close as we can. There's quite a big thing over the road here with the temple behind it. Unfortunately, the temples are closed at the moment, but we'll see how much of it that we can actually get to. Wow, this building is truly grand. I can see some houses down the side there with balconies. It is massive. The gate is open. I'm going to see how much of it that we can go into. But wow.
It's a very big temple. Just opposite the temple is a showroom where they sell cars. You don't see too many of those in Mauritius.
There we are. This is as far as we can go because of the shoes, and the ground is wet and we're a little bit wussy about those sort of things. So that's what it looks like. It actually has houses in there. And wow, it is big. It does look a bit like they've got houses down there. I don't know. Well, at least the temple's got a fire tree.
Your
That is a big bell.
yeah. And a lion.
With a moustache. Towel parking bay. Yeah. Down there is the police station. And over here is the post office, which I'll show you in a moment because it is important. But there's a massive pressure vessel there. I think it might have been from the old steam stuff. Look at it. I'm pretty sure that's an old steam vessel. And look at these burnt out old cars. I wonder if they have anything to do with the police.
Probably.
But there's the post office. What a post office. Train station! Welcome to Terre Rouge train station. Let's go have a look at it. First time ever that we've come to a post office train station and it's actually been open. I'm just going to go around the side a little bit. Oh man, it's a big one. I'm sure the train would have come through here. Oh yeah, there's platform around the back. We'll go around the back for the platform. But this is the train. This is the actual train station. Wow. And it's open.
Well, it's a post office.
We can finally see inside. We're not actually allowed to go inside and film there. We don't have permission from Mr. Keith yet. But how awesome. It's open. Wow. Bonjour.
I follow you on YouTube.
You follow me on YouTube?
Yeah.
I'm showing your post office
Yeah.
today. It used to be a train station, this one.
Before.
Yeah. Oh, great. Thank you so much for your support.
Thank you.
Wow, wow. Te Rouge post office and train station. Oh man. I have to poke my head in. You guys are like punch. Wow. Oh man, it's as good inside as it is outside. So I'm gonna go inside. I'll leave you guys out here. Enjoy. Oh boy, it's even better on the inside. It's got like wooden roofs and things. Oh
Yeah,
man.
awesome.
Oh man. One day we'll have permission to show you guys inside.
Yeah, but if you're in Mauritius, stop at an old train station post office and go have a
Go
check.
have a look.
Looks like they've kept like the original ticket selling kiosks and things.
It looks exactly like that. Exactly like that. This should be a museum. It is a museum. But
The post office. So there's a very convenient highway walk across that they've built because this is the other major highway. And it's a really cool one. You often see it if you're driving to Port Louis. It's got eagles.
Riki's still on the wrong side of the fence. But here's the platform, the train station platform along here. As you can see. Wow, you can stand here. The rail would have run just here. So, wait for it, mandatory.
Doot, doot. Chicka, 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 chicka. There's a lot of cars coming.
No train, but lots of traffic. But it does have one other feature. Whoa, whoa. Little bit slippy, little bit slippy. How's this walkway? It's got eagles. Oh man. Have a look at that with its... I'm just going to zoom in on that eagle for you. Wow. I've decided because we're probably not going to get another chance. A scooter. You can take a scooter over. Well, we're probably not going to get another chance to actually see it up close. So I'm going to quickly go in. We have parked some people in, so this is actually quite bad. A bus. It's a bus we've parked in. But I've always wanted to see what was up here. Rounded corner. This is what it looks like on the inside. Of course, there's some broken glass. So you can see all the traffic jams. But that's it. Really well built. This must be quite an old structure because the steel work is really good quality. But there we go, the walkover. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Now let's go rescue Tammy. Artistic view of the bridge. Let's go rescue Tammy.
Yep.
Walking away from the train station, post office in Terre Rouge for the montage. Wow, what a mouthful.
So over here is the road that goes through Te Rouge. That's the A1.
A1, yes.
And just on the other side of the post office, that really busy road, is the M2. So we're standing right at the junction. Oh, and the M2 used to be the train line. Toot toot.
Yeah, can you see the policeman?
A little bit more street life. No. Oh yeah, okay, that's one. So just down from the post office and the chaos area, it's actually a little bit quieter. And here you've got the village hall and something Brian spotted. So a small garden.
This is a village garden and promenade. Promenade. But they got this concrete sculpture. Have a look at it. I don't know what it is. I'm going to show you. I will show you. It sort of looks like a whale. It's really hard to describe, and I'm sure you guys aren't seeing it properly. Or it might be a flower. I have no idea. All I know is I saw it and I had to come and see it. If that makes sense. So for those of you wondering where we are, this is it. Right next to the village hall. Hopefully Ricky's getting better footage. Maybe that's the garden and what I'm on is the promenade. They also have a kids play area with some benches. But it doesn't look like it's been used in a while. How cool is this traffic circle? It makes sure you know you got to stay on the keep left. Keep left. Make sure you keep on the, but I want to go there now. Anyway, I don't think I've ever been to a place where they actually make gravestones. And it seems like a couple of the guys that do make them here. I wonder if we can get a behind the scenes look. Let's go ask. Look at this. He's actually fixing, is it stone? Wow. Not quite sure what he's doing. Thank you.
Okay, so he's finishing off the cross with a cement paint. Kind of cool. Oh wow, there's a finished one. Look at that nice effect with the paint. Brilliant. So here at the cemetery, they're making the tombstones. Thank you.
That mold will make this shape. How cool. And that one probably has an obelisk that comes out of it.
And there's the name of the place. Mademoiselle Paulette. That's her.
It's not all concrete. Some of it's actually chiseled out of
It's rocks.
rocks. Yes.
Yes.
Granite. I think this is
Yes.
granite. Look at this stuff. Hand chiseled. Wow. Wamashant train station. That's right, we found another. It's a two for day. We got 2 train stations. Have a look at this one. This one is in really good condition. And it's not a post office. I think it's actually like an entrance gate to a cemetery. That's right, we are actually in a cemetery. And this is not a tomb. Well, a tomb to trains, I suppose. But wow, look at it. It's another train station. I assume this is the platform here. And it has been built up quite a lot. So we can do our mandatory thing, but I think I'll get Riki to come and do it with me, and then we'll walk away from it for the montage. So we're going to look right and then left. So looking right, nothing. Looking left, nothing. Shrugging and walking away from the train station for the montage. How awesome is this building? Oh wow, wow! And it's got a bell. A bell, I suppose you ring it. Train's coming, ding ding. Wow, wow! And this side, look at it. There are actually some guys in it at the moment. I think you have to sign in and things here. But wow, it is so good. Not too loud. Sorry.
Wow.
This is it. 1980.
We can't show you the book, but that's the book. With the records from 1800s.
And it's from 1897.
1897.
Wow. Lucky.
100 years ago.
They started taking records just after Robert Farquhar's period, but people were actually buried here from a lot before that in the 1700s. Just no records were kept.
It's been abducted. These guys are going to take me to show me some really old graves here. It's pretty cool. Normally these ones that don't have the markings are really the oldest ones. Now they never really kept records, and the people who buried them here never had tombstones, just the people knew where they were buried. Oh, we're coming in, we're coming in. Exciting stuff. The hunt continues. We found the wrong one. Apparently it's another one that looks similar.
I think we're looking for the obelisk that's erected to the memory of the people who died in the cyclone, I think, of 1869, because they did put an obelisk here for them.
This could be it. This could be it. 1878. 18. There it is. 1878. He found it from his record book, and there it is. Wow. I'm not sure if it's intentionally broken on top. Let's just have a quick look. Have a look at this. Wow. I think they break those on purpose to show that someone's here.
Wow, that says not lost but gone before. And I'm not sure what that says.
This is a really huge graveyard, as you can see, but there's even more of it across the highway, and it was opened up during the malaria epidemic. Are they called epidemics?
Yeah.
The malaria epidemic that actually happened here way back in 1880, and they needed to get rid of the bodies from Port Louis, and this was pretty close, so they just brought them here. A lot of them were out markers. The markers started coming about 10 years later, but the families knew where the people were buried, and this was consecrated ground. Oh wow, check it out. Red sand. They actually do have red sand here in Terre Rouge, would you believe? So yes, there's red sand, and there's a great story that might actually be a Bollywood movie. I can't remember the name. Ricky will have to tell me. Pagli. Pagli. A book called Pagli. It was written here. Literally, it is the story of all Bollywood movies, but it was actually set here in Terre Rouge. And one of the stories is that her sari was stained red by the sands here when she was forced to marry someone.
And she felt it was fitting.
And she felt it was fitting. Quite windy. So that's the story. She had to marry someone, found love with a Creole and a Creole fisherman, and ended up him teaching her the ways of love or something. Bollywood. I'm sure there's lots of more musical numbers in between.
I don't know. I'd say don't eat it.
Have a look.
Wow. Little beans.
Have you ever come down the highway, the M2, towards Port Louis from the north, like Grand Bay or something, and gone past the cemetery and wondered, what is that church doing there? Well, I'm going to show you. It's actually St. Joseph's, but the original St. Joseph's. I'll show you the other St. Joseph's a little bit later, but this is the original St. Joseph's from 1865. And it actually is still marked on the 1958 map, but it seems to have fallen into non-existence. But it's still here. You can see it. It's still here. I can't see any way of seeing inside. Unfortunately. Look at this. What a beautiful chapel. I think they're called chapels. It's not a big church, it's a small chapel. But wow. Look, you'll get some awesome video of it with flowers.
As Riki does, with great difficulty. We can't see the top.
Me, I'm going to see if I can't poke my head in. Awesome, awesome. Let's go see. Okay, this window does open, but it's very, very dark in there. No light is coming in.
So near the chapel are some really, really old graveyards from like 1869.
1878.
Wow.
This tomb is built in the traditional, like a church. It's pretty cool. And with the black stone and the doorways and the arched, it's like a mini cathedral. That's exactly what it looks like, a mini cathedral. I first noticed it in Providence. Anyway, I first noticed it there that all the denominations had different colors. That was actually quite amazing. You could just see, oh, that's a Christian church there, or that's a mosque, or that's a Hindu temple, or that's a pagoda. Because the Chinese have got the red and gold. Hopefully I didn't point. Did I point?
Okay, I remember this from Chinese New Year. I suppose these are little small furnaces where you can burn the offerings.
Oh wow, well remembered, Riki.
Yeah, I've been looking at them and wondering, a post box? Why is there a post box? But it's
He
actually...
needs a post box so you can send him his money.
Yeah, you burn it, the paper offerings. Red and gold. Yep.
I suppose some of these take a lot of maintenance, so they got to get a crew in to fix it from time to time. This is a Catholic one with its light blue and white trim. I mean, there are quite a few other blue ones, but this one in particular I thought was a good example of, you know, like when we have Assumption Day and we get the blue and white cakes and the Mary's robe thing. But I wonder if the rest of the world does the Catholic thing in blue and white, or is it just a Mauritius thing? Let me know if you know. The northern Hindu red, as you can see on the top here, and also there's an orange, and you can see it quite clearly in the Providence video. But these are Hindu
Tombstones.
gravestones. Thanks, Rick. Wow, I get forgetful in cemeteries.
Only you.
I've also heard that yellow represents the Tamils, but I'm not 100% sure on whether that's a Tamil grave or not. But there are a couple of other yellow ones up ahead, so I'll have a look at those when I get there.
Maybe he just liked yellow.
I've got to keep my hands down because I forgot you're not supposed to point. But it's quite impressive. Wow, I just really want to point, so I'll stop now. It's like an entranceway where you can burn your incense. Wow, it's so hard not to bring your hand up. I didn't see this one before because it's an actual garden. Wow, they actually planted a garden.
Imagine that those people liked the outdoor space in a garden.
They probably loved the outdoor spaces and now they brought it here. And this is the green of the Muslims, Islam. And you can see over there, they actually have their shrines also painted green and white like the mosques. But what's particularly interesting about this one, which we're not going to go into because the gate is closed, is that he died in
A Muslim saint.
A Muslim saint died in
1890.
1890, and his family went back to India, and he came to them in a dream and said, come and dig here and you'll find my body and you must build a shrine.
And they did, and legend says, rumor says, whatever, the story goes, when they dug up his body, it was completely intact and unharmed.
Wow.
Because he's a saint.
Yeah. He was also quite rich, so they used his money.
He insisted.
He insisted that they use his money, in the dream, of course.
Okay, wow. This is another saint. Holy shrine. It's really beautiful. There were actually a few issues in this cemetery quite recently with the people weirdly robbing graves in search of like jewelry and things, but the Chinese set up a neighborhood watch and came and cleared everything because it was a lot overgrown. So it's looking better now and everybody can rest in peace.
These concrete blocks that you see all the way are actually grave markers. It has just recently been cleared, but you can just make out on some of them, just on some of them, you can make out a little Chinese writing, and they're right next to a pagoda. Now it does look like the building was old and the roof was recently added, so it's quite possibly a very old pagoda and a very, very old section of the cemetery, but it is beautifully built. The stonework is from the 1860s. The roof is new. Let's see if we can go in a little bit. Yeah, and you can see the floor. The floor is actually in stone. And here we are, inside the pagoda. I won't actually go in because I've forgotten the rules of going into pagoda. All I remember is don't point. So we won't go into that one.
This is quite a remarkable cemetery in that it has so much history and so many diverse cultures and religions and beliefs are all buried here. Although cemeteries are a sad place, this one is some place that you should probably come and visit. Just absorb the history and the difference. And it's actually quite beautiful.
And this is the other yellow one, but I'm not sure if it's Tamil or not. It's amazing how the cemetery has such diversification and all the different colors. And I think it actually spills out into beyond the cemetery walls, like in politics and things. I think those colors happen there as well. Well, walking away from the cemetery for the montage, subdued. Still got a train station. Awesome. And as we're leaving with this beautiful train station and this beautiful frontage of wood, Bois Marchand needs wood merchant. So maybe it was a wood shop here. Aqueduct.
Aqueduct! But no, we're not going to walk down and look at it.
This temple complex is from 1845. We got some cyclists. Yeah. Out enjoying their day. It does look locked here. I'll go up and check to see if it isn't open on that side. It is a huge garden complex, but I think maybe from one of the vegetable fields over there I can get a slightly closer vantage point. They really have great vegetables here. Maybe they must grow them and sell them in Port Louis. There are loads of greenery here.
Yep, that's the good stuff that you want to put on your fields. And look how great those vegetables look. So we're on the other side of the two big highways now, which is still Terre Rouge. And this is one of the oldest temples in Mauritius.
This is out back behind the temple complex. Unfortunately, there's no chance of seeing anything or actually getting in. But I have noticed something really awesome. I just wish I could get to it. That is an aqueduct. An actual aqueduct, and it is still operating. I'll show you. This is the concrete dome on top of the aqueduct, and if you look into this broken piece, you can actually see water in there. That is actual water flowing in the aqueduct, and it carries on for a long way down there. And have a look at that. This aqueduct is still working. Wow. This is just so cool, I had to show you. Okay, focus. It's a rock in the middle of the field and it looks so great. That's the wall. But there is something just a little bit more interesting further down there. I can only get to 4 times zoom. But wow, what a fantastic wall.
So wow, there's the rest of the aqueduct. It's quite tall. And that's what makes all these beautiful vegetables. Onwards.
Across the road we're going to get run over, for sure. For sure we're going to get run over this time. But across the road is the other St. Joseph's Church, which is the bigger one. So I think that might be St. Joseph's Chapel, that small one you saw. And this is St. Joseph's Church.
Yeah.
That would make more sense.
Joseph is the adopted father of Jesus.
Really?
Yeah. I know you kind of know that, but
You never actually
I
put
hadn't put
two
it
and two
together.
So, Jesus' dad's church.
adopted dad.
Adopted dad. We love to laugh about this stuff
I
now.
think so.
Quite a pleasant looking area.
Another beautiful old priest store. I suppose that means they're Catholic.
Oh wow! Have a look at this. This is Riki with a camera, a blue store, and no old guy with a white beard popping out. Let's go see if we can't entice him. Riki's out of the day. Could be here if he comes out. Ah, sad day. Sad day. He's coming. Old man from the shop is coming.
So you're going to scratch now.
Red soil is traditionally much more fertile. So I suppose it is appropriate that right on the edge, right on the boundary of Terre
Rouge.
Terre Rouge, right on the edge of
Hello.
is all this greenery happening. Add a bit of water, add a bit of red sand, and you've got yourself a garden oasis. Couldn't find a better place than a busy street, and now there's no traffic, to do our outro. But Terre Rouge, wow. 2 train stations, that was fantastic. And a lot of other interesting stuff. So everyone, thanks for watching. Bye.